Hi, it's Missy. Welcome back to my channel. In our last video, we worked on the Nurse Nancy book and adding a new spine and covering it with the Tyvek material. I've already, as you can see, I've already added fabric, coordinating fabric to the spine, and I've let that dry. Now I'm going to show you how I go about putting the holes in the spine to sew in the signatures. So what I did was I made a template, and I use this for all my little golden books. Most of them are the same dimensions, so this will work for most of them. I have found a couple that are a little larger. But what you want to do is just take a piece of cardstock and decide how many signatures you're going to want in your book. This one's going to have 4, so I just I measured down about a 1/2 inch from the top and the bottom, and then I divided the width of my spine by 4 and just made those lines, and then I equally spaced my holes, and they're the signatures are a 1/2 inch apart. So I hope that makes sense. So the only thing left to do then is just lay that down on your spine, and then I just take a pencil and I draw in my holes. This top hole is for if I want to add a spine dangle. You want to make that hole now because it's near impossible to do that later. Now I use a CropaDile to make my holes, but you don't have to have a CropaDile. You can use a really sharp instrument. An awl works well. You just want to put down like a thick magazine underneath and just punch down through the spine with an awl. Okay, those are kind of hard to see because of the color of the material, but they are there. And this is the CropaDile. I believe it's CropaDile Plus, CropaDile 2. And you can get these online on Amazon. I got this one at Hobby Lobby and used my 40% off coupon. And I'm just gonna line that up with my holes, or with my holes that I drew. And it goes through like butter. It makes making these kind of books so much easier. Okay, and there's the first set of holes. Move this gauge back. And I use the 3/16 hole on here. It also has a 1/8 inch hole. I prefer to use the bigger hole. Let's get that one over just a pinch. Okay, I'm going to turn the book around to get to the other side here. It's really hard to see. I also use the CropaDile to make the holes in my signatures. And it just makes it a breeze to get your holes in your signatures there. All right, so then the next step is to add the grommets. And if you don't have a CropaDile and so you can't put in the grommets, that's okay. The first book I made, I didn't have the CropaDile. I used an awl and I didn't have grommets, and it was just fine. It's held up fine. It looked just fine. So I guess I should show you. To set the grommets, you're going to move this lever all the way to the front, and then here is where it presses down on your grommet to squeeze it on the other side, and I'll show you the other side once I get it on there. Put that down and give it a squeeze, and then so you can see how it splatters that grommet open there and holds it tight. Got some fabric left over here. So that's all there is to it. The CropaDile makes life so much easier. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to continue putting my grommets in. I still have to add my trim on the edges of the material here to finish that off. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.